Hey everyone, welcome to today's session. If you've ever had to coordinate patient care, prepare a legal case, or even just try to get a family member transitioned to a new specialist, you know how incredibly frustrating it is to wait on missing paperwork. Today, I'm going to show you exactly how to request medical records without delays. We're going to unpack the top 5 costly mistakes that keep these critical documents stuck in administrative limbo. And I'll give you a step by step actionable how to blueprint so you can bypass the compliance bottlenecks on your very first try. Let's jump right in. Let's start with the big picture. When we talk about transferring medical records to a new doctor or pulling files for a legal case, we aren't just talking about pushing buttons. We're dealing with strict legal frameworks and highly protective record departments. If you're a clinical therapist, a caregiver, or a personal injury attorney, mastering this workflow is crucial. Today, we're focusing on how to eliminate the friction points so you can establish an airtight ROI medical records protocol, protect your continuity and care documentation, and completely avoid the administrative stalls that impact client and patient outcomes. Before we can fix the problem, we have to understand exactly why document transfers stall in the first place. Medical records departments don't delay files just to be difficult. They do it because they are legally bound to protect patient privacy. When you submit a request, it goes through a rigid compliance pipeline. Let's look at the first major roadblock that triggers an immediate automatic rejection of your request. Our first major bottleneck comes down to medical records release form mistakes. This is the number one reason requests get sent straight to the rejection pile. First, watch out for missing patient identifiers. If a patient's phone number or address doesn't perfectly match what's on the clinic's registry, the system flags it. Second, avoid vague scopes. Asking for all records without specifying clinical dates or diagnostic categories is an instant red flag. Finally, check those signatures. If a patient's handwritten signature looks slightly off, or if your digital signature lacks a secure time-stamped audit trail, compliance officers will systematically reject the authorization for disclosure of health information. Always double-check these details before hitting submit. The second mistake is submitting a request without clear, verifiable legal authority. This is a massive headache for caregivers and legal representatives. Under strict privacy guidelines, family relationships hold zero legal weight. If you're representing a client or caring for an elderly parent, you must attach certified, active legal documentation like a durable power of attorney or probate letters of administration right alongside the release form. Also, keep in mind that mental health and substance abuse data require a completely separate standalone authorization. Your clinical therapists and mental health counselors cannot release psychotherapy notes using a general medical release form. It must be isolated and explicitly authorized. Mistake number 3 is ignoring statutory timelines. Many administrators and patients assume they are at the mercy of whatever schedule the hospital records department feels like following. While the Federal Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act, or HIPAA, technically grants providers up to 30 days to deliver files, you should know that state laws often override these limits. In many states, like California, the legal ceiling is restricted to 15 days or fewer for copies. Knowing these local patient rights of access regulations gives you the legal leverage to follow up assertively and hold slow moving administrative departments accountable. Mistake number 4 is letting outdated technology stall your team's workflow. We've all been there, relying on manual fax lines to send sensitive documents. Faxing is a massive bottleneck. It ruins image legibility, turning crucial patient dates of birth or barcodes into blurry, unreadable static. This causes immediate rejection on the receiving end. Additionally, physical paper faxing creates severe concerns regarding protected health information PHI security. Transitioning to electronic health records or EHR transmission using secure digital pathways ensures perfect data legibility and keeps you fully compliant. The fifth mistake is submitting requests with excessively broad scopes. If you request a patient's entire lifetime medical chart, you are forcing a busy records clerk to manually review and redact hundreds of pages of irrelevant information. This process can take weeks. To prevent these delays, you must apply strict scope filters. Clearly define the exact clinics, date ranges, and diagnostic types on your request form. Narrowing your parameters not only slashes processing delays, but it also dramatically reduces copy fees and streamlines overall medical billing and documentation compliance. Now let's talk about actionable solutions. How do we build a robust delay-proof intake process? If you run a practice or a law firm, your first step is streamlining medical office workflows by establishing a strict front-end verification checklist. Before any file leaves your office, verify the patient's identity data, match physical signatures, and confirm power of attorney credentials. Next, pre-authorize copy fees early. Include a written statement on your request form pre-authorizing reasonable copying costs up to a specific limit, so the provider's billing department doesn't pause your transfer while waiting to send an invoice. To show you how this works in the real world, let's look at Kim's story. Kim was an incredibly dedicated caregiver trying to get her elderly mother's critical cardiology files transferred to a new specialist. Because of minor signature discrepancies and a missing power of attorney form, her request sat on a desk ignored for 3 long weeks. Once Kim learned how to properly attach a certified healthcare power of attorney and restricted her request to precise diagnostic dates, she resubmitted the form. Her request bypassed the administrative queue, and she had the file securely in her hand in less than 48 hours. This is the power of standardized, precise approach. The difference in speed between traditional and digital pathways is night and day. As you can see on the chart, traditional manual paperwork and paper faxing routinely drag out processes to a staggering 60 to 90 days. Under federal HIPAA rules, providers are capped at a 30-day maximum, which is still too slow for urgent clinical care. But when you integrate modern digital tools, that turnaround time drops to just 10 to 12 days. Embracing digital processing keeps your workflow fast, secure, and efficient. Let's break down the perfect 4-step request flow that you can implement in your office today. Step 1, verify identity by checking all patient identifiers against their records. Step 2, restrict your scope by stating explicit clinics and date ranges. Step 3, send securely using direct EHR transmission or an encrypted portal to bypass paper faxes. And step 4, follow up proactively using state statutory timelines as your leverage. If you follow this checklist, your requests will slide through compliance without a hitch. Let's do a quick recap of the 5 golden rules for a HIPAA-compliant medical record transfer without delays. First, verify all patient identifiers and signatures upfront. Second, attach active legal authority, such as powers of attorney or guardianship papers. Third, leverage state laws to demand faster turnaround times. Fourth, go digital and avoid manual paper fax pipelines. And fifth, limit your scope to only precise diagnostic files you actually need. If you're a social worker, case manager, or administrator, managing medical records is just one small piece in your daily puzzle. If you're also coordinating schedules, managing client intakes, tracking progress, and trying to keep your billing organized, running 3 or 4 different software programs just to handle these tasks create massive administrative drag. To truly optimize your practice, you need a unified, all-in-one client management platform. Our specialized social work case management software centralizes secure medical file storage, automates your patient intakes, and track client progress in one secure place. Click the link in the description below to start your free 21-day trial of Case Management Hub. There's absolutely no credit card required to sign up, so you can test out our secure HIPAA-compliant features completely risk-free. Take control of your practice's workflow today. Once you click the link, you'll be brought to this page. Just enter your first name, last name, and email, as well as your organization name, and select your practice area. We also recommend that you enter a phone number. Once you sign up, you'll be brought to the main dashboard where you can perform quick actions among many other things. To get access to the free Case Management Hub authorization for release of health information template, along with many other free assessment templates, you first want to step 1, sign up for a free trial. Step 2, we're going to move over to the My Free Tools module here on the sidebar. And we're going to type in authorization. Step 3 is simply you just click the title of the file you'd like to download, and then that will automatically start the download. Alternatively, if there are several files you'd like to download at once, you can just place a check mark in the box next to the title, and then click Download selected here at the right. And don't forget to like this video, as it lets me know that you've received value from it. You can also subscribe to the channel so you don't miss great content like this one.